Some investigations don't fail because evidence is missing. They fail because the evidence doesn't point anywhere useful. In this case, police had reports, timelines, a basic reconstruction of events, but none of it identified a clear suspect, and none of it explained how the crime had actually unfolded. Then a new piece of information arrived. It came from someone who should not have known anything at all. That information wasn't treated as a lead. It was treated as noise. The source had no known connection to the victim, no documented presence near the crime scene, no reason to appear in the investigation at that stage. Yet the information contained details that were never released publicly. Details only investigators, or someone close to the crime, should have known. The victim was found dead under suspicious circumstances. There were no obvious signs of forced entry, no immediate witnesses, no clear indication of struggle at first glance. On paper, the case appeared ordinary, and that was part of the problem. Ordinary cases are expected to resolve quickly. This one didn't. As weeks passed, the investigation slowed. This doesn't mean it was closed. It means fewer resources were assigned. Fewer follow-ups were prioritized. When nothing clearly contradicts the working theory, cases often remain unresolved. Not because they are impossible, because nothing forces a new direction. That direction came from the informant, not as speculation, not as rumor, but as a sequence of events, a specific action, a specific time frame. Information that aligned too closely with evidence already collected. Even evidence investigators hadn't fully connected yet. Stories like this are often dismissed as myth, a coincidence exaggerated after the fact, a lucky guess that happened to land correctly, a narrative shaped to look smarter in hindsight. But myths don't appear randomly. They form when the official explanation feels incomplete. There is an expectation about how crimes are solved. Physical evidence, eyewitness testimony, a confession under pressure. An unlikely informant disrupts that logic. Accepting it feels dangerous, because it suggests critical information can exist outside formal systems. Despite skepticism, investigators checked the claims. Not because they believed them, but because ignoring them entirely posed its own risk. Each statement was compared to known facts, each detail tested against timelines and records. What they found wasn't proof. It was alignment. That alignment led to a name. The name led to background inconsistencies. Those inconsistencies led to renewed interviews. Individually, none of this was decisive. Together, it shifted the investigation. At this stage, coincidence became harder to defend. The informant no longer looked like an anomaly. They looked like a blind spot. Something investigators hadn't considered. Not because it was impossible, but because it didn't match expectation. The case was re-examined with new focus. Contradictions in testimony surfaced. Connections previously overlooked became relevant. Eventually, a direct link between the suspect and the crime was established. The investigation moved forward, but the way it moved remained unsettling. Even now, some questions remain unanswered. How did the informant know those details? Why did the information surface when it did? And how often are similar signals ignored simply because they arrive from the wrong place? The disturbing part of this case is not how it was solved. It's the realization that answers don't always arrive through systems designed to receive them. Sometimes, they appear quietly and wait to be taken seriously. Did you enjoy this? This is Dark Minute. Curious for more? Explore Dark Minute.